For a century and a half, the words Vande Mataram have unified millions. What began as a poem grew into the emotional pulse of the Indian independence movement, and now a statewide initiative is working to bring that history directly into modern classrooms. Looking at this archival photograph of the massive crowds at the Red Fort, you can see the scale of the movement those words inspired. Tens of thousands of citizens were mobilized by a shared identity. That identity was articulated by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, who penned the verses that would outlive him to become the national song of an independent India. Now, this official circular from the state project director outlines a formal mandate to honor that history. As the text shows, it marks the 150-year milestone of the song and sets a dedicated timeline for special school initiatives from November 2025 to November 2026. But a government directive alone doesn't guarantee student engagement. Translating a 150-year-old legacy into something a modern teenager cares about requires structure. That's why the state has laid out a highly specific 12-month calendar of interactive activities. The initiative begins this November with a dedicated school-wide launch assembly. Students will read the song's stanzas together, accompanied by an instrumental arrangement, to officially kick off the schedule. Looking at the official planning document, the November row dictates teachers provide a brief historical introduction. Moving down to December, the focus shifts to assessment. Schools will hold class-wise quizzes on the author's history and encourage participation in the MyGov portal national quiz. This early phase is highly intentional. By prioritizing historical facts and standardized quizzes in the winter, the curriculum ensures every student has a solid foundation of knowledge before they are asked to interpret those values creatively. Once the foundation is set, the document introduces creative expression. Look at the January row, where the schedule pivots to visual arts. Students will design posters focusing on the freedom struggle, symbols of unity, and national pride to line the school corridors. By spring, expression becomes verbal. Flipping to the next page, the April block moves to public speaking, with topics like India's Beauty Through My Eyes. Teachers evaluate these presentations using simple rubrics for clarity and confidence, shortlisting the highest-scoring students for the summer. There is a clear progression at play. You start by learning the history, you move to silently painting it, and finally, stand and speak. It's a ladder designed to systematically build a student's confidence in public articulation. That confidence is necessary for August. Historically, youth participation in national parades has always been a cornerstone of Independence Day celebrations. Returning to the schedule, August requires the school band to master the Vande Mataram tune using available instruments. After the parades settle, September and October offer quiet reflection. Students write detailed essays under strict parameters, which are peer-reviewed and mounted on exhibition boards. What began in April as a solo speech or an individual essay has now been integrated into the physical environment of the school. The students' personal reflections become a shared public celebration of their heritage. All this effort accumulates for one final event. The last row mandates a November 2026 school exhibition, a gallery compiling 12 months of posters, photos, and writing. Crucially, as highlighted, community members are invited to walk the halls and witness what the youth have built. During the closing assembly, schools will distribute participation certificates and reward the best displays. Every student who contributed throughout the year receives formal recognition. This sequence of quizzes, speeches, and essays creates a bridge between the classroom and the nation's origin. It requires students to actively wrestle with the values of the past, grounding the legacy of Vande Mataram in contemporary experience. For schools, the final task is to execute this calendar and document the moments where history becomes relevant again.